So this is my travel sketchbook. It's something that I got at the end of 2024, and I've found it has created a sort of transformative habit for me over the last sort of year of using it. And I think that a travel sketchbook or a travel journal is something that every artist could benefit from having. So I don't think it matters what kind of sketchbook it is, what size. It's just having something that you can draw on when you're out and about. To actually already have it there in your pocket, in your bag, you're more likely to get it out and capture what's around you. So I've always had sketchbooks floating around in my life, but I've definitely fallen out of the habit of using them consistently in recent years. For my job as an animator, I'm always working on a computer. Even with most of my personal projects, I'd be creating them digitally as well. So it was something I wanted to get back into, drawing with pen and paper, or pencil and paper. So I took a solo trip to Edinburgh in 2023. It was my first solo trip. And whilst I was there, I found this really lovely little art shop that was just next to Greyfriars Kirkyard. And whilst there, I bought these sketchbooks to draw in. This was the first time in a long time that I was drawing consistently in my sketchbook. I felt like it helped me taking my trip more. It was kind of like journaling, which is the thing I like most about travel sketchbooks. Yes, you could take photos, but I feel like there is something special about capturing your experiences in a drawing and then having them all there to look back through. I find like personally that I remember more of my journey or more of my day if I've drawn what I'm looking at, take in my surroundings more than if I was just taking a photo, like in that 1 second, it's on my phone and then it's gone. When I decided I wanted to do more observational sketching, I looked into multiple different sketchbooks before deciding on this one. I really enjoy working in watercolour, so I decided to get this one, which is mentioned in this book, specifically so I had the option to work in watercolours and ink without it sort of buckling the page or bleeding through. So this sketchbook is a Sea White of Brighton watercolour travel journal. As mentioned at the start, I got this at the end of 2024 as a Christmas present. The previous ones I got in Edinburgh also Sea White sketchbooks. I wanted this one in particular as it has like a different layout to the sketchbooks I've used before. So I found both like pros and cons with this. I like that you can create a double page spread and that the single pages themselves are actually like a good size as well. Overall as well, there's a good amount of pages in this sketchbook. I'd say like my only negative with it is it's not like the easiest thing to hold. If I'm like working on say like the right page or like a double spread and I'm doing sort of like standing, so I'm having to sort of hold the sketchbook mid-air, if that makes sense, if you can picture what I mean. It's fine if I have it on my lap or on a table, but just the sort of dimensions of it sort of doesn't make for the easiest thing to hold if you haven't got proper support for it. But that's only a little niggle for me personally. Otherwise, I'd 100% recommend a sketchbook. I'm going to buy another one of these sketchbooks once I've finished it as well. I don't use it every day, but I tend to take it out with me whenever I'm going out and about and think there'll be something fun or interesting to capture. I use this sketchbook for observational drawings out and about only, but that doesn't mean you can't use like any sketchbook or bit of paper to do that when you're out. It's just I like having specific sketchbooks for specific things. Like, it's my organised nature. I don't like having things muddled up. I like having everything neatly in one place. So originally I was going to wait until I'd filled this sketchbook up completely, but I'm about halfway through now and I thought it would just be a good point to give a tour of it as it is. So to begin with, the first one I did was on the 18th of January. So I've got a previous video about my trip where I drew here at Netley Abbey. So if you're interested in seeing more of that, check that video out. So to begin with, I was just trying sort of like black and white pen and pencil sketches. So I very slightly started using the double page spread here, but obviously as you can see, not much. I like writing notes in a sketchbook as well, especially when it's sort of a journal one. It's just always interesting to have those annotations with the work as well. So this is another trip that I did a bit of recording for. I love drawing trees. They're more unique and interesting to look at than you might first think. So that was quite a fun one. So here is a good example of using the double page spread of the sketchbook. That was quite a fun one to do as well. I did that quickly on a lunch break when I was at work. So I just ran out of space on my phone, so I'm just filming this section again. So if there's any inconsistencies, that's why. Yeah, so this was at Oxford Natural History Museum. So I love drawing the birds, the skeletons there as well. They've got a really good mixture of skeletons and taxidermied specimens. And I always think museums are a great place to draw as well, because there's just so much to see. So some more there, and also nothing's moving, so that makes it easier. So this was at the Ashmolean Museum. So they have a good collection of statues, I think Greek or Roman statues, I'm not sure off the top of my head. But I really enjoy drawing those as well. They're quite dramatic or imposing, quite a lot of these sort of statues or sculptures. So that was an enjoyable one. That's another one from the Ashmolean. I wasn't 100% happy with this watercolour sketch, which is part of Salisbury Cathedral. So this was just a view from my Airbnb when I went away for the weekend in the spring. I've just used colouring pencils for this double page spread, which is something I don't normally do, but that was quite fun. Kind of reminds me of being a child, and you're sort of just free drawing with colouring pencils or crayons. That was another partial study of the architecture on the church that was there that we visited. I do really like doing these ink and pencil sketches, as you can sort of see through the sketchbook. So this was at Corfe, one of my favourite places. Been quite a few times this year actually. Some more tree studies. Coloured one there. So this is from my art retreat trip. Why is that so hard to say? This is from my art retreat trip that I did with some of my friends earlier in the year. It was really good fun. It was really nice just to have a couple of days to spend drawing as much as we wanted, and because we're all interested in the same thing, we're all there to paint or draw. It didn't feel like you had to rush off from one place to another, or you were holding anyone up. So that was really nice. That was good fun. So plant studies. I started one here. They've got some really lovely sort of old stone buildings there, but I literally just did an outline sketch. I took a photo to finish it, but I kind of knew in the back of my head that I wouldn't end up going back to it, but I think that's okay. There's no point in carrying on drawing something if you've lost the interest for it. So that's a little study of one of the train carriages. So I was happy with how this one turned out. It was nice having a double page spread as well. So this is the other side of Corfe compared to the one that I'd done the day previous. Where that is, yeah. So that's the front of Corfe Castle, and this is the back. Some more sort of landscape studies, just a couple of days out, and I've taken my sketchbook with me. So this one, I thought I'd try something where I didn't sort of do a sketch before. You might be able to see I started to in some areas, and then I was like, no, I'm just gonna use my pen and go for it. And I think it gives it quite a sort of fun, lively quality to it. So this is Jane Austen's house. another one. I did a pencil sketch first. That was Chawton House, which is just down the road and also has a connection with Jane Austen. And this one here was a study of a painting that I saw in Bath Art Gallery. I really like going to art galleries and doing studies of the paintings as well. I need to do that more. Was just another landscape study. With these ones, I tend to put the watercolour down first. Oh, actually, I'm not sure with this one. Quite often, I'll put the colour down first, just like randomly where I think it should go, and then I go over with the pen afterwards, which I'm pretty sure I did with this one. Just because then it doesn't make me so precious about the details and keeping the colour within the lines and such. This was a nice one as well. This was a cafe trip, and just drawing the drinks and little sugar pot that was on the table, and they had some interesting like history books as well there. So I just found a photo of two ladies in gas masks from, I think, the Second World War it might have been. I thought it was just an interesting photo to do a study of. So this was a trip to Russell Coates Museum and Art Gallery, which is in Bournemouth. So I went there with my friend Kama for a sort of like relaxed sketching session that they had advertised. So here I wanted to try something that I'd done in another art group recently about sort of doing like a comic panel, where you have like a wide shot, a sort of mid shot or close up, and then an extreme close up. I just think it's like quite an interesting way to look at a scene rather than just having like one image, to have these different ones like panelled to show different parts of the scene that you're looking at. I find buildings are hard to do, especially when they have like so much detail, but I did enjoy doing this one. I really enjoy working with pen and watercolour. There's just some studies of some rocks there and some trees. Wasn't 100% pleased with these, but that's what a sketchbook is supposed to be for, experimenting and just seeing how things turn out. And then that was a sort of more final coloured version of those studies, which I don't mind too much. Kind of wish I didn't add this sort of grass bit at the bottom though. And that was the latest image I've done in this sketchbook. So yeah, I've got a few pages left to fill up. So I hope you enjoyed this sketchbook tour. I'll do another one in the future, showing off like the final pages when they're done. And I definitely want to keep up doing these sketchbooks. It's been a really fun way to journal and capture what I'm seeing when I'm out and about, and just for improving my drawing skills as well. So I'm going to make this a quick one because I'm running out of space on my phone. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, feel free to like, subscribe if you're not already. Feel free to comment if you have a travel sketchbook or a sketchbook that you take out and about to do observational drawing in. I'd love to hear what sort of stuff you use it for or places you've been. Again, thank you for watching, and until next time, I'll see you later. Okay, bye.